Azerbaijan, we've liberated 7 more villages from Armenian occupation. Fresh clashes between Azerbaijan and Armenia erupted on September 27, and since then Armenia has repeatedly attacked Azerbaijani civilians and forces, even violating 3 humanitarian ceasefires since October 10. Azerbaijan says it has liberated 7 more villages in Jabrail, Zangilan and Gubadli from Armenian occupation in Karabakh. Meanwhile, Azerbaijan's military shot down another Armenian Su-25 fighter jet which was preparing to attack, according to a Turkish Defense Ministry statement on Wednesday. The number of downed Armenian fighter jets reached to 7, the ministry added. Meanwhile, on Wednesday evening, Azerbaijan presidential aide Hikmet Hajiyev said, Armenia continues to use white phosphorus projectiles on civilians, villages. We have destroyed 1 such projectile in the Tartar region. Azerbaijan's foreign ministry on Wednesday said that Tartar's city center and Shikhark village are under intensive artillery fire by Armenian armed forces. It said Armenian forces were indiscriminately shelling villages near Tartar and Agbed, as fighting between the 2 countries continue. Earlier on Wednesday, Baku announced it had neutralized an air defense system, after destroying 2 of Armenia's ammunition depots near Kakendi on Tuesday. Strike on civilian settlements. Armenia's army continued to suffer losses amid its attacks on Azerbaijani soldiers and civilian areas despite a ceasefire, Baku said. During the day on November 3 and night on November 4, the Armenian armed forces fired at the positions of the units of Azerbaijan army in different directions of the front and our human settlements with various small arms, howitzers and mortars, the ministry said in a statement. The combat operations continued with varying intensity, mainly in the Tartar, Agdam, Khojavend, Zangilan and Gubadli directions of the front, it added. Armenian forces were forced to retreat with casualties in personnel and military vehicles in some areas of the front, the statement said. During the day and at nighttime, a large number of enemy forces, 2 T-72 tanks, 3 D-30 howitzer guns, a Zastava M55 anti-aircraft gun, 1 tactical UAV and 3 military trucks were destroyed and wrecked, it added. 200 villages retaken. Fresh clashes erupted on September 27, and since then Armenia has repeatedly attacked Azerbaijani civilians and forces, even violating 3 humanitarian ceasefires since October 10. To date, over 200 villages and settlements have been freed by Azerbaijani armed forces from Armenia's occupation. As of Wednesday, at least 90 civilians have lost their lives, including 11 children and infants, and 405 people, including at least 36 children, have been injured in attacks by Armenian forces, according to Azerbaijan's chief prosecutor's office. Some 2,700 homes and 98 multi-apartment residential buildings have been destroyed and 500 civilian facilities have been damaged, as well. Nearly 3-decade occupation. Relations between the 2 former Soviet republics have been tense since 1991 when the Armenian military occupied Upper Karabakh, or Nagorno-Karabakh, an internationally recognized territory of Azerbaijan, and surrounding regions. 4 UN Security Council resolutions and 2 from the UN General Assembly, as well as international organizations, demand the immediate, complete and unconditional withdrawal of the occupying forces from the Azerbaijani territory. The Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe also refers to the territory as being under the occupation of Armenian forces. About 20% of Azerbaijan's territory, including Nagorno-Karabakh and 7 adjacent regions, has been under illegal Armenian occupation for nearly 3 decades. The Minsk Group of Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, co-chaired by France, Russia and the US, was formed in 1992 to find a peaceful solution to the conflict, but to no avail. A ceasefire, however, was agreed to in 1994. World powers including France, Russia and the US have called for a sustainable ceasefire. Turkey, meanwhile, has supported Baku's right to self-defense and demanded the withdrawal of Armenia's occupying forces,